Welcome everyone to your practice for sore muscles and finding release from all forms of tension. If you're new here, I'm Sherlock and your teacher for today's practice. Whether it's sore muscles from physical exertion or muscle tension from stress, either can slow us down and make us a little uncomfortable. This sequence will help stretch and strengthen and relieve tension both in the body and the mind. Stretch, release and let go, all while following the breath. Let's meet on the mat. We'll begin with a short pranayama called samavriti, also known as box breathing or equal breath. It'll help us connect the breath to the body to the mind, and create focus and help calm our nervous system. We'll begin with inhaling for a count of 4, holding at the top for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, then holding at the base for a count of 4. And we just repeat that cycle. Just regulating the breath, bringing it to an equal rhythm. As we inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine, lifting up through the crown for a count of 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Continue that now at your own pace, connecting the breath to the body to the mind, counting internally. Perhaps you find 4 counts is a little easy. Try and extend that to 5, maybe 6, but always equal lengths. Release the breath now. Allow it to return to its natural rhythm. Pay attention to how the body feels, how the mind feels, and the rhythm of the breath. Inhale, reach up through the crown, sweep the arms overhead, find length through the spine. Exhale, reach the left arm up to the right side, lower the right hand to the earth. Lift up through the spine. Exhale, lower into the side stretch. So feel the stretch through the side body, the left side body. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the crown. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Inhale, perhaps you rotate the chest toward the sky, so opening the heart just that little bit. Exhale, feeling through the stretch. One more breath. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine along the side body into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, sweep the right arm over to the left. Bring the left hand to ground down into the earth. Take an inhale from the base of the spine into the collarbone as you find length. And exhale, breathe into the stretch through the right side body. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Inhale, rotating the chest slightly toward the sky, finding an opening through the chest. Exhale, navel draws to spine, feel the stretch along the side body. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, now coming back to center. Rolling over now, coming onto all fours. Draw the hips to the heels, sliding back into child's pose, balasana. Draw the forehead to the mat. Retain the breath in the seat. Feel the release through the lower back. Inhale, breath remains in the seat. Exhale, notice as the navel draws to spine. 2 more breaths here. Grounding down into the earth, feeling a stretch along the back body, the sides of the armpits, maybe at the lower back, maybe through the gluteus muscles. On the next inhale, rise up to all fours, wave the body forward, position the hands just under the shoulders, lower the belly to the mat, coming into cobra. Draw the elbows toward the side body, ground through the pelvic bone into the mat, tops of the feet are pushing down, lift up through the chest, lengthen the lower back out and up, finding length. And as you exhale, push through the palms, draw the heels back to the feet, coming back into child's pose. 2 more like that. Inhale, wave the body forward, lowering the belly to the mat, coming into cobra. Lengthen through the lower back, finding extension. Exhale, hip to heels, coming back to child's. Inhale, wave the body forward, coming into cobra. Elbows by the side, finding that length and extension through the spine, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, pushing through the palms, bring the tail back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, rise up to a neutral tabletop position. Draw the hips over the heels and gently walk the hands out in front of you. So we're coming into puppy pose. Feeling the stretch through the upper arms and the armpits, broadening through the chest. Heart grounds into the earth. You need to keep the forehead on the mat, but if you're a slightly more open body, draw your gaze to the chin to the earth. Let's take a few breaths here. Allow the breath to blossom from the base of the spine, opening up through the chest. One more breath. Good. Push up through the forearms. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders as we do a variation of thread the needle. Bring the right arm underneath the torso. Draw the right shoulder to the mat. Tent the left fingers just at the top of the head. So we've got this nice and right angle of the elbow. And breathe into the twist. So breath blossoms from the base of the spine on the inhale. Trace the breath from the base of the spine through the twist into the collar. And as you exhale, the navel draws to spine. There's a slight pelvic contraction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Perhaps you twist a little further in. Good. Release from the twist, come back to neutral. Take the left arm out towards the right side of the mat, so drawing the left shoulder to ground into the earth. Tenting the right fingertips at the top of the mat, just above the head. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine, along the side body through the twist into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Notice a beautiful stretch through the middle back, through the left shoulder. Maybe you're feeling a nice stretch along the right side body under the armpit there. 2 more breaths. Push through the right palm, unravel from the twist, coming to neutral tabletop. Tucking the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Setting up our foundation here. So this might be your first downward dog for the day. If it is, you can have a micro bend in the knees, drawing the heels toward the mat, remembering it's okay if they don't touch. Hips are drawn up and back. Draw the chest toward the thighs, knit the ribs. Internally rotate the elbows toward each other, so we're broadening through the chest, and the gaze can be towards the navel to find the length in the back of the neck. Take 2 more breaths here. Notice the stretching and lengthening through the hamstrings, the gluteus, the low back, along the mid and upper back, through the triceps. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Inhale now, gaze to the top of the mat. Slowly walk the feet between the hands. Folding forward here. Coming into a ragdoll position, so you can grasp the elbows with the opposite hands. Allow the head and neck to hang. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Just releasing into the forward fold. You can sway from side to side, whatever feels good here for you. So feeling into any muscle tension, perhaps you're feeling a nice stretch through the side, low back, feeling a nice stretch through the hamstrings, maybe the hip flexors, maybe a nice release through the neck muscles and the shoulders. Making sure we're hinging at the hips here, we're not bending from the lower back. Inhale, now release the hands, sweep them overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, lower the hands, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back, long spine from the tail through to the crown. Exhale, frame the front feet, step back into plank. Take an inhale, exhale, draw the elbows to the side body, whole body activation, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, push through the palms, lifting up through the chest, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, now sweep the right leg to the sky, feel the stretch in the hamstring through the front hip flexors. Exhale, stepping the foot between the hands, coming into lunge. Sole of the rear foot's perpendicular with the floor. We're engaging that back leg. So we're finding a little bit of strength in our foundation here. Take a deep inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, lower the back knee, push through the palms, reach the hip to the heel, extend the front leg. Adho Hanumanasana. So you can flex the front foot to get more of a stretch through the calf. Draw the right hip back, the left hip forward. Nice long back, so we're hinging at the hips. Adho Hanumanasana with half split helps stretch the hips, the calves and the low back. And it stretches and strengthens the hamstrings. It also helps increase our pelvic awareness. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine. Exhale, navel draws to spine. There's a slight pelvic contraction. Good. Inhale now. Wave the body forward, coming back into lunge. Leave the back knee grounded. Feeling a nice stretch through the front hip flexors on the left side there. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Let's lower our right knee to our right wrist. Coming into Ekapada Raja Kapotanasana. So this is a seated pigeon. We're going to do a little variation here. So you can remain here, lengthen through the spine. If you need to lift the right hip to get a little more stability, just pop a block under there. But you'll feel a stretch through the front hip flexors. You'll feel a nice stretch through the low back. And you'll also feel strengthening through the muscles on the inner thigh, kind of holding you up like a tripod. So inhale here, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. We're going to move into a different variation now. So if you're happy here, by all means remain here. If you want to go a little further, I'm going to bend the back knee, sweep the left hand around and draw the left heel toward the left buttocks. Still finding the length through the spine, lifting up from the lower back, lifting the chest to the sky. Just intensifying the stretch through the front quadriceps muscles. And if you want to take it a little further now, we can go into full mermaid. So we can grip the foot in the crease of the elbow, sweep the right arm up and over and grasp the left hands. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. We naturally store stress and emotions in our hips. So pigeon pose helps to ease that tension, helps us release those emotions. And if you're in mermaid, you'll feel a stretch through the upper body as well. So through the biceps, along the chest. One more breath. Good. Release the fingers, release the back foot to the mat. Push through the palms, stepping back into downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping forward. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Good. Inhale, lower the hands, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back. Exhale, step back into plank. Take an inhale, draw the elbows to the body, whole body activation, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, push through the palms, rise up into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, now sweep the left foot to the sky, feel the stretch through the right hamstring, perhaps through the left hip flexors. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, finding a nice foundation here. Sole of the rear foot's perpendicular with the floor. Finding strength here in that back leg, so building a foundation. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Inhale, now lower the back knee. Feel a nice stretch through the right hip flexors. Untuck the back toes. Draw the hip toward the heels. Flex the front foot. Extend the front knee. Feel the stretch through the calf muscles, maybe through the hamstrings, not maybe, definitely through the hamstrings. The left glute, the lower back. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, lower a little further into the fold. Drawing the left hip back, the right hip forward. Breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. In Ardha Hanumanasana, we learned that strength and stretching and being stable is just as important as being flexible. You can kind of see how that carries into our lives off the mat. Last breath here. On the next inhale, wave the body forward. Feel the stretch through the right hip flexors. Just taking a breath here. Releasing into that nice low lunge. And on the next inhale, let's just gently wave the hips back a little bit. Draw the left knee to the left wrist, coming into our pigeon. So the back leg is in the center of the mat. The hips are squared. Again, if you need to prop the left hip up with a block, pop that under there. If not, remain here, lifting up through the spine, finding length and extension. Take it all the way into the crown. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. There's a slight pelvic contraction. If you're ready, bend the back knee, sweep the right hand around and draw the foot toward the buttocks. Still finding length through the spine. Feeling a stretch through the upper arms and the chest. An intensification of the stretch through the front quadricep, the right quadricep. And if it's in your practice and you want to go a little further, tuck the toes in the elbow crease, sweep the left arm to the sky, reach over, grasp the right fingertips. So you'll find here that you're finding that stability and that strength again in the left gluteus muscles and the inner thigh. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Freeing our hips, surrendering, meeting ourselves with compassion. One more breath. Inhale now. Gently release the back foot. Push through the palms. Tuck the back toe. Sweep the tail to the sky, coming back into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. You can take a couple of breaths here. Using downward facing dog as our little resting point before we make our way to the mat. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Inhale, now lower the knees to the mat. Come to find a seat on your bottom. Drawing the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall to the mat. If you find that you need a little bit of support underneath the knees, you can pop some blocks under there. Grasp the inside of the soles of the feet with your thumb. Lift up through the spine. Find extension up through the crown. Inhale. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, gently folding forward. Go to where your body allows. So listen to your body. Ease only into the areas within your limitations. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Good. Baddha Konasana loosens the lower back, opens up through the hips. You can feel a stretch through the inner thighs, releasing the tension, letting go. On the next inhale, rise up to seated. Swing the legs around to the top of the mat. Lower the back to the mat. Draw the knees above the hips. So we're going to have a nice right angle here with our legs. Sweep the arms out to a T position or a cactus if you don't have the space. Inhale, using the core, gently lower both knees to the left side of the mat. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, lower to the right. Exhale, back to center. Let's do this a few times. Imagining the hips and the legs are like seagrass swaying on the ocean floor. Inhale, lowering to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lowering to the right. Exhale, back to center. One more. Inhale to the left. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Inhale, breath guiding the swaying of the legs. Exhale, back to center. Good. Draw the knees to the chest. Now give it a nice little hug. Extend the legs out long. Draw the right knee across the body with the left hand. Extend the right arm out to the right side of the mat. Gaze is over the right hand. You can tuck the toes behind the left knee to give you a little bit of a support. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine, through the twist, traveling into the chest and the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Perhaps you twist a little deeper. Feeling the stretch through the low back, through the glutes and the hamstrings, through the right armpit. And if your gaze is over towards the right hand, you're probably feeling a nice little stretch through the left side of the neck as well. One more breath. Someone's coming to say hello. Good. Release out of the twist. Extend the right leg. Draw the left leg across the body using the right palm. Left arm is extended out to the side. Gaze is to the left. Tucking the toes behind the knee if you need that guidance. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Feeling the stretch through the left low back, the left gluteus, maybe the hamstrings. Feeling a stretch along the back body into the armpit. Maybe a nice little stretch for the right side of the neck. Supta Matsyendrasana. It's a beautiful posture to really stretch through a lot of the muscles we use to not only manage how we walk and function throughout the day, but I imagine if you do any workouts or walking, then this is a beautiful go-to posture at any time of the day, just to release the lower back and the hamstrings. Release out of the twist now. Extend the legs out long. Bring the feet around about hip width apart. Allow the feet to fall to the sides of the mat. Extend the arms out long. Draw them away from the body with the palms facing up, ready to surrender. Tuck the shoulder blades under the chest. Chin away from the chest, encouraging a natural curve of the spine. If they're not already, close down the eyes. Release the jaw. Take a deep inhale. Let go of any furrow in the brow. Take a moment to scan the body. Recognize any areas of tension or muscle soreness that existed before. How do they feel now? Take a moment to fully release and relax those muscles that are holding that tension. Allow them to melt and surrender into the earth. Bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of the inflow and the outflow. Bring movement back to the fingers and the toes. Gently sway the head and neck from side to side. Take a deep inhale as the breath travels from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Sweep the arms overhead, extend through the spine, so push through the heels, pull through the hands. Nice long stretch. And as you exhale, roll to the most comfortable side and observe. Find your way to a comfortable seat now. Eyes can remain closed. Lifting up through the spine, into the crown. Sweep the arms overhead. Draw the palms to meet. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, draw in the energy from around you. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank yourself for coming to the mat today. The goodness in me sees the goodness in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for your practice today. I hope that helped relieve a little bit of tension through any sore muscles. Maybe it let you release a little bit of tension from the mind as well. If you haven't already, I would be so appreciative if you hit subscribe and clicked on the little bell so you didn't miss any of my uploads. And hit the little like button. Maybe share the video with someone who you think might benefit. As always, keep making magic in this world from your space at your own pace. Namaste.